10 Best Upcoming Phones of 2022. The handsets we're excited to see. iPhone 14 range. It's an obvious pick, but the iPhone 14 and its siblings are the most highly anticipated phones of 2022, so we can't not include them here. That hype is justified too, as it's rumored that the iPhone 14 Pro and iPhone 14 Pro Max will have totally new designs, with no notch and a punch-hole camera instead. We've also heard that there might be a new model in the form of the iPhone 14 Max, a basic iPhone with a big 6.7-inch screen, which could land instead of an iPhone 14 mini. Leaks also point to big camera upgrades, with 48MP sensors possibly on the cards, up from 12MP on current models. And these being iPhones, they're sure to have an enormous amount of power. Expect lots more leaks to roll in ahead of the launch of the iPhone 14 range, likely in September. Samsung Galaxy S22 range. The Samsung Galaxy S22 will be one of the first big phone launches of 2022, with an announcement rumored for February 8th. Whenever it does land, rumors suggest that the Galaxy S22 and Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus will have similar screens and designs to the Galaxy S21 range, but with next-generation chipsets. On that front, it's reported that most or all of the world could get a Snapdragon chipset due to production issues with Samsung's next Exynos 1. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra could have a very different design, however, with an angular Galaxy Note-like look and a slot for an S Pen stylus. In fact, it could be so Note-inspired that it might even land as the Galaxy S22 Note. OnePlus 10. The OnePlus 9T isn't happening, so instead we're looking towards the OnePlus 10 as the company's next big phone. The OnePlus 10, or at least the Pro model, could have a redesigned camera module if leaks are to be believed, along with a 6.7-inch QHD plus 120Hz screen and the same camera specs as its predecessor. The battery could get a boost as well, with 80W charging theorized. We also know that the OnePlus 10 range will feature brand new software, and the powerful Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset will almost certainly be used. We're likely to see the OnePlus 10 in January or February based on leaks, though this initial launch might just be for China, with the rest of the world getting it in March or April. Google Pixel 7. We don't know much about the Google Pixel 7 yet, but we're confident it's on the way, though it probably won't launch until October 2022. After Google's massive overhaul to the Pixel 6 range, we might not see such big changes this time, but the Pixel 6 reinvigorated the lineup and made us excited about it again. So even if the Google Pixel 7 is just a more polished version of that, we'll take it. Early leaks point to a successor to the Google Tensor chipset, unsurprisingly, and to the Pixel 7 having similar cameras to the Pixel 6. There's also a suggestion that we might only see one model in 2022, so perhaps there won't be a Google Pixel 7 Pro. Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. The Galaxy S22 isn't the only Samsung phone that we're highly anticipating. The Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 is also expected in 2022, and it could be the best foldable phone not just from Samsung but from any company. This probably won't land until August or September, but when it does it might have a lighter and more dust and water-resistant design than the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, coupled with a bigger battery and an improved under-display camera. In fact, one source reckons the Galaxy Z Fold 4 might have two significantly upgraded under-display cameras, with Samsung possibly offering the same snappers here as on the Samsung Galaxy S22. Sony Xperia 1 4. The Sony Xperia 1 3 is the best phone Sony has launched in quite a while, and it's left us excited for the Sony Xperia 1 4, which is likely to be unveiled in early 2022, possibly in April. So far we haven't heard much about it, but one source suggests it will use the same 50MP main camera as the Google Pixel 6, while elsewhere we've heard that Sony might use a homemade sensor for the front-facing camera. Whatever the case, we'd expect good things from the camera, as that's often an area Sony focuses on. That, and the screen, which based on past form is likely to have at least a 4K resolution. Huawei P50 range. The Huawei P50 range has actually already been announced, but it's initially only available in China, so we're still waiting for a global launch. It could be worth the wait though, as the top model, the Huawei P50 Pro, has a 6.6-inch 1228x2700 OLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate, a Snapdragon 888 chipset, up to 12GB of RAM, and a quad-lens camera, with a 50MP main sensor, a 64MP telephoto 1, with 3.5x optical and 200x digital zoom, a 13MP ultra-wide, and a 40MP monochrome camera. It also has a 4,360 mAh battery with 66W fast charging, but due to the ongoing Huawei ban it runs the company's new Harmony OS 2 rather than Android, and is also stuck without 5G. The standard Huawei P50 is a similar phone in a lot of ways, but with a slightly smaller screen, a 90Hz refresh rate, a 4,100 mAh battery, and a different camera arrangement, consisting of a 50MP main, 13MP ultra-wide, and 12MP telephoto camera, with 5x optical zoom. iPhone SE 3. While the iPhone 14 range is clearly the most anticipated of Apple's upcoming phones, the company might first launch a successor to the iPhone SE 2020. We've heard very little about the iPhone SE 3 so far, and there's every chance we won't see it for a while. But if it does launch anytime soon, it might have an A15 Bionic chipset, the same as the iPhone 13 range. It's also rumored to support 5G, but to otherwise be a very similar phone to its predecessor, including a compact 4.7-inch screen. That could be a major selling point though, given that there reportedly won't be an iPhone 14 mini. Google Pixel Fold. The Google Pixel Fold is a phone that we've been hearing about for years, and more recently we've heard that it might land in early 2022. From what we've heard so far, the Google Pixel Fold might have a 7.6-inch foldable OLED screen and the same Tensor chipset as the Pixel 6 range. We'd take all of this with a pinch of salt for now, but this could end up being one of the few non-Samsung foldable phones that's worth getting excited about. Nokia 10. We've been waiting for the Nokia 10 for a long time, so much so that it's gone through a few names since it started being rumored. Originally it was thought to be launching as the Nokia 9.1, but as time went on that changed to Nokia 9.2, 9.3, and then Nokia 10. We've even now heard that it could land as the Nokia X60, given the brand's new naming scheme for its phones. It's also unclear when this phone will actually land, with numerous rumored release timings having been and gone with no sign of it. But it could be worth waiting for, as rumors point to an in-screen selfie camera, a sapphire glass display, a pentalens camera, a 108MP or 200MP main sensor, a 6,000 mAh battery, a 144Hz refresh rate for the screen, and a top-end Snapdragon chipset. So this could be a very premium phone if it ever arrives.